That's it, son.
All the times we had together.
Yeah.
I forgot the words after that.
And as our life changed from whatever, we will still be friends forever. La 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 la.
Y'all want to know why? What's the name of that group?
Dog, don't ask me that.
It's not Vitamin C, is it?
It sounds like it. Yep,
That's
yep,
it?
yep. There it goes.
Ding,
Good.
ding,
Look
ding,
at you,
ding.
son. Knowing your music, son.
That's because I'm drinking Vitamin C.
That's what we're going with?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Emergency.
But those that aren't familiar.
Yeah, we're singing this song because
You know?
this is our last show here in
But hold on. Disclaimer. Sean does not mean our last show.
Yeah.
It's just, you know when like you live at a home and it's time to move on up like the Jeffersons? Well, that's what's happening at Bravery
Absolutely.
Studios. We're going on to bigger and better pastures, if you will, you know?
Listen, and
So
then,
while we say sayonara to our old home, Bravery will always be here. We're just going to be at another location.
Listen,
You know what I mean? Bravery up always.
change is inevitable.
It
you
is.
know?
It
So,
is.
and I'm one of those crazy people who welcome change. I love change because it keeps you on your toes.
Change is necessary for growth.
Yes.
Because if you live in what you're familiar with, you can't grow. You know what to expect.
Yes.
You know, that's life.
Yeah, I like change. I pick up quarters all the time.
You are annoying.
Anyway, but no. In all seriousness, you know, where bravery goes, the educated brothers.
Oh,
go.
that's it. It's our home, bro.
So we will be moving on to new ventures. Garfield's been real. It's been real. It's been real.
We out. We out.
You know,
But we are
Big
going to be.
things are
So
happening.
when y'all see some of the new episodes as we go down the line, you're going to be like, wow, things look a little different. And you would absolutely be correct. Or maybe be incorrect. Because we personally haven't even like got a good glance at it, which means on our first episode in the new studio.
I've seen the building.
Yeah, we've seen the building, but like the new area that we're going to be in, y'all are going to get our real reactions.
Yeah, I
You know
haven't
what I
been
mean?
inside the building. I've seen the building.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it'd be a new experience for all of us.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank
Marv, can we tell them where it's going to be just in case? Yeah. So the new studio, we're out in Garfield shooting. We're going to be moving, the Bravery Studios is moving to Jersey City. For those of you that are interested in starting podcasts or, you know, starting a new kind of artwork or any kind of venture in that regard, Bravery Studios is going to be right outside of the Journal Square station. So when you get to, you know, you're taking a train, taking a path or whatever, you come into Jersey, there's going to be the studio. We'll make sure once we get the address, we could put it right here for any of bodies who's interested in, you know, joining us and Sean as we do, you know, we doing our podcast and then y'all might want to do it too.
What's the name of the building, Marv?
It's called, mad loud. It's called Mana Contemporary.
Say it again, Marv.
Mana Contemporary.
Man,
Boom.
Contemporary.
Boom. So y'all can
Listen,
look that up because that's where we going to be. That's going to be our new home. You know what I mean?
To all the JC fam out there, because I got a lot of fam in JC.
Say that.
Y'all trying to start a pod, pull up. Bravery Studios is where it's at. If you stopping at any of the restaurants out there, all my Pinots out there, if y'all going to Jollibee, make sure y'all stop by
Jolly,
Studio
hold
first.
on. You're not going to gloss over Jollibee.
Oh, my God.
You know, I know people who have no idea what a Jollibee is.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, shout out to my sister, because when I, you know, after going through a little bit of hardships in my time, I moved back home for a little bit. My sister was still living there at the time.
Yes.
We used to have designated Jollibee runs because, bro, it's fire.
Let me tell you.
If you've never had Jollibee before and you like chicken, or you personally, if you want to try something new, we talked about change, right? You've never been to Jollibee. It's Filipino fast food, but we consider it fast food. If you got it in the Philippines,
you knew I was
about to say, I know if you got it in the
I was gonna
Philippines,
do that.
it's just food. Over here, it's fast food, but you get a remnants of what that is.
When
bro.
I tell you, so I
Shout out
had it,
Jollibee, bro.
I had it here first because crazy enough, and life is a fucking. You always say
It's a circle. It's always a circle,
So
bro.
one of my favorite artists is Childish Gambino, and when I was in college, I used to listen to him rap. He used to always talk about how he had a fixation for Asian women, and then in a couple of songs, he would always say like, you know, Filipinos and Jollibee, but I never put it together because I didn't know what it was. Fast forward, you know, I meet Grace. You know, she started putting me on to all the hot shit, and then I'm like, I remember listening to the song because I completely forgot it was one of the lyrics. I'm like, oh shit, this is what he's talking about. So we're at Jollibee, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing. 2 years pass, we go to the Philippines. So I get it straight from the source, because you know that's where it started at.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah,
And you know they don't put all that, all this shit is fresh.
I was about to say, they got all that MSG and all that, the preservatives and all that shit. Yeah.
Goodness, bro. If you want
Yeah.
that real Jollibee feel, take that trip.
Yo, and not for nothing. If you like, what the hell? Why would I go all the way to another country for Jollibee? Here's what I'm gonna tell you. I personally have not been to the Philippines, but y'all heard it from somebody who's been to the Philippines and has had it here.
I'm asking you now. I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
What's up?
Next time we go, would you want to come?
Dog, you ain't got to do nothing but tell me in advance.
I'm not kidding.
No, and I'm not joking.
Okay. I like to
all
hear
you
that.
got to do is tell me in advance. Just can't be 2027 because you know I got big things are going on next year. You know what I'm saying?
It's not going to happen in 2027.
You know what I'm saying?
So more than likely we're thinking 2028.
Oh, hit me up, bro.
Because truthfully, her family is so peace, and you know I've developed such a great relationship with them. I thought they were joking. Last time I was talking about, I'm bringing some of my family members, some of my friends. And I was saying it in jest, thinking that they were just going to be like, brush it off. They was like, no, bring them.
Once you told me that the most expensive thing was the flight, I said, bro, I'm sold.
Yo.
Because that means that if I pay for my flight early enough, I can go down there with maybe, if I'm pushing it, $300 and live like a king.
I told you, each time.
I'm good, son. We can absolutely go.
Each time, I can put it out there just to give everybody an idea. So each time we went, I've been there twice now. The flight was on average round trip about $1,800, and this is economy.
Okay.
Understand, people, when you fly economy on those longer flights like that, and you're aware because you've been to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
When you fly economy on those longer flights like that, it's not like a traditional regular jet or a regular plane. There's automatically going to be way more space because by law, they can't have you cramped up in a seat like that for that long of a flight. So you're going to have leg room. Now, granted, if you got it like that and you want to go business or first class, by all means, do it.
Enjoy your life. You know what I mean? Enjoy how you want to enjoy
Fancy
it.
living, SpongeBob. So on average, if you get an economy seat, the flight was $1,800 round trip.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, since you're taking that long of a flight and it's a 12-hour difference, you're not going out there for 3 or 4 days. You have to spend at least, I would say the minimum would probably be about 8 days minimum.
Okay.
But most people, if they're going out there, they're staying for 2 weeks or more.
And I get that. You got to get acclimated with the time change and all that stuff, and actually find a way to enjoy yourself.
As you're traveling out there, those first 2 days you're out there are basically a fucking wash because now you're getting used to that time.
Yeah, I get that.
So
I get that.
Then the jet lag in itself, because you're damn near flying for a day because it's direct as an 18-hour flight. So you get out there. Once you get acclimated to the time, I promise you, each time I went, we stayed 17 days. In the entire 17 days, I didn't spend more than $350 American.
That's what I need to hear, son.
You saw what I was doing.
I was about to say, you did everything. Y'all did day passes to resorts and pools.
I'm lying.
What's up?
I'm lying. The second time we went, since we did go to that really nice resort, we did spend a little bit more, but it still wasn't more than $1,000.
Regardless, where I was going with it is, I wasn't even talking about that. That's fine if it was actually closer to 1,000. I was talking about how we had talks off camera about how you were spending. I'm a foodie. You know, all the people out there that watch our show, they know I talk about. I'm a foodie.
Food is amazing.
So
bro.
when you said that you can go out there and live like a king, bro, I don't need to do all the extra shit. Anybody will tell you. My fiance will tell you. When we go out on vacation, I love doing excursions. Those are fun. But bruh, when I'm talking about if there's a good swim up bar or there's a nice pool or there's a nice aesthetic for me chilling, bro, I will take that any day out of the week, bro, because when I go on vacation, it's that. It's a vacation. People book their vacations and they have itineraries to the T. That is not me, sir. That is not me.
Truthfully, and not to shit on people with itineraries, because one of our boys is big on fucking itineraries.
Oh, no, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, for me.
I'm putting a disclaimer out there because I don't want him to think that I'm talking about him. But I love that you said that because I think trips are better when it's unplanned and you it's unscripted and it's just spontaneous. Like you're going out there and you're figuring shit out as you go, and I like that. I don't tell me what we're doing. Surprise me. And I think that's why I loved it so much because you only get your first country you visited one time, and the Philippines was the first country I visited outside of America.
That's
and
dope.
it'll forever be that for me. So I'll always have that connection there. And being that every time I've been there, I've gotten so much love, whether it was from Grace's family or just naturally the people that are there because they love our culture. It was dope, man. Like there was points on both of those trips where I was often forgetting that I was in another country because they all know, well, not they all, but most of them learn English to a point where they speak it well. Most of the signs and stores and everything out there is in English, so you're not lost. And just like other countries, they'll if you want to learn their culture and their language, they'll help you learn it. Like they'll teach you. So we got to go out there, man. It's so dope.
I told you ain't got to do nothing but give me time and let me know in advance, bro, and I could plan it out. We good, son.
Fuck around next time we go, we stay.
We good, you know what I'm saying?
You like, we gonna go to the airport. You be like, yo, where your bags? I'm like, yeah, so this was a one-way trip for me.
That's it.
Nah, I told you, bro. I think about that shit often. It's just I'm so done with America and the shit that's happening here, bro. I think about leaving all the time.
Do you follow K-More?
Yes.
K-More Great?
He lives in Thailand.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say he's over there in Thailand right now. He showed I follow him for a minute. He showed his condo today.
Yeah.
Bro, the living over there, he said I think was $800 a month type of thing.
I tell y'all,
and
bro,
that's $800.
For what they preach to us here, it's bullshit once you actually go and experience it. But they do that on purpose because if they keep Americans in America and have them fear the unknown, then they can get away with the shit that they're doing. And that's why you go places and like they laugh at us. Cause they're like, oh, you guys have no fucking idea. I told you after that first trip, it blew my fucking mind to see people in the Philippines living in what we would call, what's the word? Destitution. To see them living like that and they're happy.
Because
they're content.
They're happy with life. Things are different.
Yo.
Bro, when I went to Japan, it was the same thing, son. Like, it's just, people are appreciative just because there's things in their life that they have. We here in America,
we're spoiled.
The problem is, though, we're spoiled in the sense that there's so much going on that we actively have to worry about that other countries don't. And we try to say things like, oh, no, but democracy is the way to go. And some of these other countries are living differently. But you see, like you said, you go to the Philippines and there's nothing but respect. Why? Because violence and all that stuff is really looked at as, yo, this is an anomaly. And these people, they got to go. Over here, though, it's a business.
And that's the crazy part.
You know what I mean? So you go to jail, it's because, not only do we want to lock you up, but also we're going to be able to find a way to make money off of the things that you're doing while you're locked up. Over there, bro, it's like, yo, there's no luxury. You're not doing stuff. You're in jail. Don't nobody want to go to jail over there in these other countries, bro.
There are some first world countries like Switzerland, for example. Not Switzerland, excuse me, Sweden. So what happens is if you get locked up over there, the idea that they have is literally what it's supposed to be, to rehabilitate you. So they'll put you in a somewhat nicer, like I saw this shit online, it blew my mind. Your jail cell is effectively an apartment that you can't leave. They're feeding you actual decent food. If you're deciding to work, they'll pay you a decent wage, nothing crazy, you're not gonna be rich off of it, but you're literally locked up. And then they're sending therapists. They're helping you become a better person so you don't fall into the same habits that you're doing. They do the same thing with homelessness over there. Instead of just being like, oh, you're fucking homeless, you're on your own, they house people.
So they're being human beings.
Exactly.
Is what you're saying.
We don't fucking do that here. 'Cause everything about America is you got to be selfish. And you got to get it on your own.
How I'm going to get this money off that?
So it's like, when you start traveling and you start seeing how shit really is in other places, it's like even if it's a little bit more strict, people are still allowed to be free in what they do, as long as they're not fucking with anybody else. And that's it. I didn't feel like, in the both times I went over there, and granted, because I'm just visiting, so there can always be shit. But I didn't get the sense of people feeling like they were oppressed. Now, granted, yes, there is a lot of that country that is very poor, and they feel like their politicians and stuff could do better. But to the magnitude of what we deal with here, they're not facing that. And there's other reasons why they don't see it, but at the same time, it's a simpler life. And I think as Americans, we take that shit for granted way too much. And I'm at a point now to where you hear me, I post about it, I argue with people, but as soon as opportunity knocks and Grace is down with it, bruh, I might be out.
I ain't even mad at you.
We're going to be doing this podcast with me on a screen, and the green screen in another country.
Fuck around. Bravery Studios be in the Philippines,
hey,
bro.
Marv, I can start this shit up. Bravery International, baby.
We outside with it. You know what I'm saying?
Marv got to fly over every 6 months to check and make sure his business is going good. But, yeah, man. But speaking of the Philippines, one Filipino will be playing in an NBA Finals soon.
Oh, who's that? Oh, you don't. Oh, what team does he play for?
What team does he play for?
I don't know. I mean, I could imagine maybe the team wears like blue and orange, and they're from New York, and you know what I mean. You know who he's talking about, y'all. All my people out there, he's talking about the New York Knicks. Yes, let me get this out the way. Yo, that's why I love you, bro. Good segue. You know what I'm saying? Because those of y'all that have been following the pod for a while know that I am a Knicks fan to my core. Yo, I just want to get this out the way. All of the people who have been in contact with me know how humble I have been since April. I have been chilling. April went through. We went through first round. We went through second round.
You said the series was going to 6.
Agreed. And that's what I was going to go to, too.
I told you, Cleveland is not that good.
But see, hear me. See, you don't understand. All my Knicks fans out there, y'all understand where I was going with it. We've been here before where it's like, where our hopes are up and then our hearts get ripped out. So we find a way to be like, you know what? I'll be chill while this is happening. Granted, it's like people in your family. Like, there will always be those who are like, yo, we going to the mountaintop every year. I was like that until I got a dose of reality and I had to step it back. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. Last year, I thought, as long as we got rid of Tibbs, I think things will be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Shit happened. And I was like, oh, damn, so we bringing in Mike Brown. Now, I'm not sure what Mike Brown is going to bring. However, I've seen what he can do. We've seen when he was with the Warriors, he was on a championship team with them, and we saw what he did with the Kings. The Kings, before they actually made it to the playoffs,
the Kings are fucking stupid.
It was like 30-something years since they last been there.
Not 30. It was like 18.
Like 30-something years since they've been there, like I said. Anyway, he goes over there, does his thing, and they fire him because they're having a air quote losing record at the time. Mind you, if you look at the stats, it was only a losing record because they literally had nobody. And everybody was injured.
Mad injuries.
So to make him the scapegoat, whatever, everything happens the way it's supposed to.
Nah, that shit was stupid.
Enter Mike Brown for the New York Knicks. I was someone who sat there and said, you know what? I don't know how to feel about this. I'm happy that we got someone different because I know how Tibbs is going to be, but I don't know if we're going to get the same Mike Brown.
I knew as long as y'all didn't get a bad coach, it was going to be better than Tibbs. Because granted, Tibbs is a good coach, but he runs his teams into the ground.
And then I had a revelation, bro.
Because I promise you this, if Tibbs was still there, Shamit's not getting
for sure. Yo, Shamit's not getting no hoop time. Clarkson's only going to play about maybe 10 minutes if he's lucky, and that's the only other person.
That's it.
No one else is touching the
7-man rotation.
It's going to be stupid. But I had a revelation, bro. When it comes to our team this year, this is something, statistically speaking, that in history of our team has actually never happened, is exactly why I feel how I feel. I was talking to our boy SK. We were talking about the games. When we went down 2-1 to Atlanta, I was nervous.
Wow.
Because in my mind, it's happening again. We about to let a team that we know shouldn't beat us. Because I know for a fact, if we had Mike Brown last year, we wouldn't have lost to the Pacers. And I stand by that. I don't care what nobody says. We would have been in the finals last year.
Yeah.
However, it didn't happen that way, so we ain't going to live in the past. But this year, when we were down 2-1 at Atlanta, I did get a little nervous because I said, damn, it's happening again.
I think it's easier for me to look on the outside because I'm not a Knicks fan, even though
I get that.
Trust, I'm not going to lie, and I can admit to it. I've been rooting for the Knicks for the last 3 or 4 years. But Dante and SK told me that I'm not allowed to be a Knicks fan.
You can root, but you can't say you're a fan.
Nah, it's cool because there's a rumor the Nets come back to Jersey. So if that happens, we're back. But no. That's but when y'all went down 2-1 against Atlanta, I was not fazed because as good as Atlanta's going to be next year, because they're gonna be good. Atlanta's gonna fucking compete next year. Atlanta's gonna be good next year.
They're gonna be.
No. Stop it. Atlanta's gonna be fucking good next year.
All right.
Time means something. They didn't have enough time together yet for their team to really be there and to have a closer. Why are you laughing?
Because Thanos sent me something.
Oh, Lord. But nah.
She saw your picture on IG. She was like, yo, ask Sean, who is this nigga? She said, is that Nessay? She was a little accent.
Finn, you are Aggie. Listen, let me take these shades off. Finn, you are Aggie. But I love you. That was hilarious. I'll show y'all the pictures you talk about. I went to a shout out to my sister-in-law. Joanne had a celestial themed birthday party last weekend.
Yeah.
And I wore all gold to her party. Mm-hmm. And yeah. I was the talk of the town.
Out here sexy walking. I seen you.
Listen, when the Henny's in the system.
Hey, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, back to what I was saying.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Atlanta doesn't have a closer yet.
You know what it is? I hear you. But the thing about Atlanta is, remember, they also had, when they were nice before, nicer when Jeff Teague was playing, they had Josh Smith and everything. They're just not a get out of, at bare minimum, round 2 team.
I wouldn't say that about them, though. That team you just spoke on, they ran into LeBron. That's cheating.
Okay, granted,
because
you're correct.
That one year when they had 4 All-Stars, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the first fucking year that wasn't the Miami Bron year.
No, I was about to say that's when they ran into Bron. That one year that they actually, I believe they did.
Cleveland,
they played Boston, and that's when Boston had their super team. So there was no way they were going to beat them.
And that's when Boston ended up playing LA.
I hear you, but where I'm going with this is just based on the team that they have. Yes, do I think they'll be a good team? Correct. Uh-huh. Do I think they'll be a great team? No. And I say that because, just like how people talked about us, they don't have a complete team. They got a good, right now, 4 people.
I'm being real with you. That's all that they need right now for the East. Because outside of the Knicks, outside of Boston, who's really a threat right now in the Eastern Conference?
We'll give you Detroit because they always make some noise. No. And hear me out. I'll give you Detroit in the sense that they're absolutely going to make the playoffs. They're absolutely going to make some noise.
That's not what I'm asking you, though.
You're asking who's going to come out the East?
No. I'm asking you who's a threat. Like, there's teams that every year we know, like, fuck, we don't want to play them.
There's only 2 teams, and you just said them.
So the East is wide the fuck open.
Oh, but this still leaves my original point. Atlanta will be good, but they're not going to be great.
But that's all that's all they need to be right now.
Is good?
Yes.
Hey.
Hear me out. And I'm happy we talked about this. Right? I'm happy we're talking about this. Going into the playoffs, would you say the Knicks underachieved going into the playoffs?
Yes.
Look what y'all doing right now.
Correct.
This is what y'all should have been doing all
season long. I agree. There was stretches of games that we should not have lost. I agree. Yes.
So
yes.
My point being is you guys were able to overcome that because I'm not downplaying what y'all doing because what the Knicks are fucking doing right now is insane. Because they're not just winning, They're fucking destroying people.
Bro, 15 plus points.
Yo, that's
Excuse me,
crazy.
I lied. 10 plus points in every victory we've had
Yes.
since that we were down 2-1
But there
to
was
Atlanta.
not one possible matchup of the 8
Oh, I
teams.
lied. We had 2 1-point victories.
There was not one possible matchup of the 8 teams that made, of the 7 other teams that made the playoffs in the East that I felt like the Knicks couldn't beat. I said that to you. If y'all would have played Boston, y'all would have knocked them the fuck out of there. Because, yes, Brown kept them afloat all year, but Tatum wasn't 100% yet.
Agreed.
And they lost because they took it. Yo, Boston shouldn't have lost to fucking
No,
Philly.
they should not have lost to Philly. Of all the teams, they should not have lost to Philly.
And then Philly had to give they all in that series. So then when y'all played them, it was bye-bye. Fucking Detroit. I'm happy you brought them up. They remind me of last year's Cavaliers team. Yes, they were the number 1 seed. Yes, they won all those fucking games. But that was simply due to teams not figuring them out soon enough. But they were still too fucking young. So now once we get to the playoffs, it's a different fucking ball game.
Yeah.
Detroit, realistically, should not have fucking lost to Cleveland. That series should not have sniffed 7 games.
It should not
They
have.
should have fucking swept them.
I agree.
'Cause Cleveland is not a good orchestrated team.
No.
And the fact that they have the highest fucking payroll in the league is nuts. Is nuts. And I don't care what nobody said. Yes, Cleveland made the Eastern Conference Finals. That fucking trade for James Harden and Darius Garland was the dumbest shit I've
It
ever
was
seen
a
in my life.
desperation trade.
It was so fucking stupid.
Super win now.
They're like, oh, we can't have these 2 small shooting guards. Yes, you fucking could.
Mind
you won
you.
60 plus games the year before. Why would you give that up?
That management has been in shambles
Yo, it's
since LeBron
shambles.
left. So
But that's and it shows you that's why LeBron's a really good GM because he was clearly calling the shots while he was there. We're proving that. Now back to what I was saying as far as Atlanta being okay next year. Going into next season, Orlando does the same shit they always do.
correct. I agree.
So Orlando's going to be that middle of the pack team. They might fuck around and lose some and fall into the AFC. Milwaukee, shambles.
Correct. I agree.
That team is.
I agree. 100%. I agree with that.
So right now, we're going to name the teams that made the playoffs this year. And you tell me if you think they're going to go back to the playoffs next year.
Okay.
Boston, New York are locks.
We ain't even going to argue that.
Atlanta,
Yes.
Orlando,
Yes.
Philly.
Yes.
Mind you, Embiid might leave.
Well, if he leaves, that changes the dynamic because I would switch Philly for Miami.
Detroit.
Yes.
So what is that at? 7?
That was 5, I think. Maybe 6.
No, because we counted the 2 already. And then they.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
All right, hold on. So let's go do it again.
New York, Boston, too.
Boston, Philly,
Uh-huh.
Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
Orlando.
Uh-huh.
Who am I missing? Detroit.
Detroit.
That's 6. Who's the other fucking 2 teams? Cleveland.
Cleveland.
And then one
The
more.
Raptors. Toronto. Hear me.
Toronto could easily miss the playoffs next year.
So could Atlanta because Charlotte could beat them. Call it what you want. Call it what you want. And this is what I say by Atlanta's a good team, but they're not great in the sense that, yes, a team like Charlotte could take their spot in the playoffs. Yes, I believe that. Yes, I absolutely believe that.
I get it.
Because
That's not far-fetched.
if you see the way that Charlotte played towards the end of the year,
Yeah.
are they a great team? No. But we're talking about playoff bound. I could see Charlotte edging out Atlanta, and the simple fact is this. CJ McCollum came alive. He did come late on, for sure. But CJ McCollum is going to be our age next year. At some point, it's going to start to slow down.
It is.
He's not going to be their number one guy because who is their number one
That's
guy?
the thing. They have options.
Who?
Kaminga is fucking nasty.
Kaminga is good.
Stop it.
Dude, no, I'm
Stop
not.
It. Stop it.
All right.
I'm telling you, D. I'm telling you, D.
Uh-huh.
Everybody, and he showed it. And that, because remember, Atlanta was kind of like, all right, they about to fall off. They made that trade and they elevated. Everybody and their mama kept saying, why the fuck? Yo, the whole reason, like, Kaminga getting traded and Steve Kerr not properly using Kaminga in Golden State is literally why they would not renew his contract. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Kaminga's going to be a fucking problem, bro.
I'll see it when I see it. Let's
And
put
then
it that way.
Look, they got what's the kid named Johnson? They got pieces right now.
They
So-
have good pieces, yes.
And people forget CJ, even though he was a 2 guard in Portland, he was the 2 in New Orleans. He's a point at heart. So if he has to dial his game back again to be passive, so these other niggas can elevate, that's gonna put him in a better position.
Correct.
Because
I
now,
agree.
because now he's a bigger guard in a conference where most of the guards are Brunson size. They got those 2 games out of y'all because what was he doing? He was attacking Brunson. But then that's why coaching matters. Because Mike Brown was like, all right, I can't keep leaving fucking Brunson on the island like this. Brunson's gonna get caught sometimes, but we gotta start fighting through screens. I gotta start playing Shaman. I gotta start playing Clarkson and let these bigger guards start going at him. Speaking of which, shout out to fucking Landry Shamet because he's getting people are not saying his name. That game 1 comeback, he started it. I ain't even talking about the 3. They subbed him in, and he literally started locking Donovan Mitchell's ass up.
Listen.
He literally started locking him the fuck up.
Listen, you ain't got to preach to me, bro.
They was trying to set screens on him, and he's like, nope, I'm running through these shit. And then after Donovan missed that floater, he came back down, he missed that 3. Shaman came back down and hit that 3, and he cut the lead to the 18. And that's when Brunson was like, all right, we here. And there was 8 minutes left. And that nigga Brunson started going off. And then
That's my captain.
to end that run, who hit the
That's
last?
my captain.
And to end that run, who hit that last 3? Shaman. So he started the fucking run. He ended the run.
There will be no Landry Shamet
Listen,
slander.
none. And the fact that this motherfucker only missed 1 3-pointer that entire series is insane. He went 14 for 15 that whole series.
And this is why I said, you know what this is very much like? This is like the Golden State team that had Mark Jackson as their coach right before Steve Kerr jumped in. We had the pieces. Everything was already lined up. We just didn't have the coach that was going to unlock everybody.
Yeah.
Enter Mike Brown.
So
Enter Mike Brown.
What I wanted to ask you, because we already, that question as far as the East being open, that's why I think Atlanta's going to be okay. Truthfully, the East need to figure it out.
Yo, they're gonna be okay. I'm not disagreeing with you that they're gonna be a good team. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is for Atlanta specifically, there's a bunch of other teams that I can name. But leaving the East, and this is not even fandom, I'm just talking about what it would take to leave the East. Bro, if it's not New York, if it's not Boston, I would honestly only give it to Detroit. But the problem with Detroit is, outside of Cade Cunningham, and they proved it in the series against Cleveland because, again, like you said, that shouldn't have gone past 5.
What's their power forward name?
Is it Jalen Duren? No, that's their center. I thought that was their center.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no, yeah. But he's a traditional center.
He lost so much money in this playoffs.
Yeah, he's a traditional center.
Because he's in the contract year.
Yeah.
That nigga was all NBA player, but because of how he played in the playoffs, those teams are not going to give him those big ass contracts.
And that's what I mean. Like, if these teams can do I think they're going to be terrible teams? No. Do I think that there's a good 10 teams? Honestly, other than like the Wizards, teams that we know. Well, let me.
The Wizards might be good.
That's why I said let me retract. Let me step it back because they're not going to be as bad as they were before because now they actually have pieces. They actually got pieces now.
Mr. Glass is coming back.
But are they going to be?
Trey is coming back.
Yeah.
And they got the #1 pick.
And don't forget, they got dudes like Sarr on it. Alexander Sarr, I think is his name. They got a good team. The problem with the Wizards is, again, their organization as a whole, they're just not together. They're not cohesive. They make moves that don't make sense.
But eventually, you got to make something work.
I agree.
Because for fucking 27 years, the Knicks were that.
Bro.
Shout out to Leon Rose.
Shout out to that man right there.
Shout out to Dolan finally getting into his head that he needed to get the. No, stop.
I ain't never gonna shout him out.
Stop. And you know why I say that?
And the fact that you're bigging up.
No, hear me.
You must not know who he likes.
Yes.
Oh, you know who he likes, right? Okay, I'm just checking.
I know he's a trumpet.
I'm just checking, sir.
Most billionaires are fucking trumpets.
I'm just checking, sir.
But understand, I'm looking in the camera, my hat keeps sideways like I'm Jazzy Faye or some shit. I'm about to turn this shit around because it's bothering me. But I'll say this.
I'm listening.
Do you understand how hard it is for a motherfucker who has that much money and that much ownership to tell themselves, so my team can get better, I'll get the fuck out of the way?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's literally the reason why I was losing for as long as I was. And he finally said to himself, I'm going to hire the right people.
And that's all we've ever wanted.
And I'm getting the fuck out of the way.
That's all we've ever wanted.
And the formula is working.
It is.
So I'm going to give him his props because you know who needs to fucking learn from him?
I will never give him his props.
You know who needs to learn from him?
Never.
Stop it. You know who needs to learn from him?
I have an idea where you're going with this. J-E-T.
Woody fucking Johnson. Take notes. Woody Johnson. Take notes. Get the fuck out the way. It ain't about you. Bro, we went to the fucking Steelers game. Did you see the Steelers owners once?
No.
Why the fuck was Woody Johnson on the screen? At an away game.
By the way, that game is shout out to the Pittsburgh fans if y'all are out there. The Steelers got a really nice stadium. I didn't even know y'all. I wasn't familiar with y'all's game, but the Steelers got a nice stadium. So we just want to shout that out. Well, excuse me, I want to shout that out. Sean doesn't want to shout that out.
Whatever.
When the camera goes over to him, he's not gonna be happy.
So let me ask you this.
Yo,
who would you rather, Spurs or OKC?
If I had to pick, like being real, I'd take the Spurs.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because, yes, Wemby is a generational talent and all of those things. But if Mike Brown has proven anything to me during these playoffs, and I'm talking about from Atlanta all the way through, he knows how to adapt. So do I think that do I think we would sweep the Spurs if we played them?
Fuck no.
Absolutely not. But do I think we would figure them out? And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the Thunder, the reason why they keep winning games and the games that they do win is because of team ball. The Spurs have a good team as well, but they're not as deep as the Spurs, and it's showing.
And they relied a little bit too much on Wemby.
We have a deep team.
Yeah.
We have a good 8 or 9 man rotation. If Mike Brown want to get frisky, he could do a 10-man rotation if he wanted to.
You guys match up better with San Antonio.
I agree.
Because Cat and Mitchell are athletic enough to stay with Wemby. Mm-hmm. Now, are they going to stop him? I'm not saying that. But they can keep up with him. And to a point to where you don't have to like try to double him or have to really worry about everybody else because Wemby's going to go off.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather you guys play the Spurs. I feel like if you guys played the Thunder, they would have the advantage because their point is a bigger guard.
Yeah, but then we throw guys like Mikal or OG because if you think about it,
and now,
there's a bunch of different configurations. You can even throw Josh Hart on Shea.
Now you do that. Now you're leaving the Williams open because then now they come back. And now they're too. I'm saying their names right?
Yeah, there's so many Jalen's and there's so many Williams on that team. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they have 2 niggas named Jalen Williams.
Correct. And they've got another Jalen, but his last name isn't Williams. It's something else. So or now, the Williams and his first name ain't Jalen.
Now if they both come back healthy enough, and look what the fuck Caruso doing. Caruso's actually balling right now.
But again, I'll throw that out to you. That's why we got Deuce. Deuce won't let Caruso go off like that.
Deuce not starting.
It doesn't matter. Caruso don't start.
So
Caruso come off the bench. McBride come off the bench.
But I just named 3 people. Who's matching up with all 3 of them?
Yo.
Because Brunson, let's keep it real.
You're right.
Brunson's not playing defense.
Brunson is a liability, and I will 1,000% agree with that. But let's throw Shea. Shea is obviously going to be the focal point.
Yes.
You can throw Bridges or Hart onto him.
Now who's the other 3?
Then they have their 2 guard right now is Jared McCain. Mm-hmm. Do I think Jared McCain's gonna do to us what he's doing to the Spurs? Nah, I don't think so. Can he possibly? Absolutely. But I'd throw Jalen there if I had to throw him somewhere. Mm-hmm. Literally everybody else would be covered. OG can cover 1 through 5. And especially their 1 through 5. Other than Chet would be the problem. But we got Cat and we
I'm not worried about Chet.
Mitch is he broke his pinky, so I don't know. Yeah. But we got Huck Porty. That's another one of the dudes. Another one of our. He's like 6'9", 6'10". But Cat on Chet, we got Huck Porty coming off the bench if they got to switch out. They don't have another big man outside of Chet other than Hartenstein. But again, OG can guard all 5, so he can guard Hartenstein. I'm not worried about that. I would be worried about, like you said, Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
But that's where if Hart's guarding Shea, Bridges is on Williams. If you got a Williams coming off the bench, that's why we got Jordan Clarkson. That's why we got McBride. These dudes, and that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not scared of either of those teams, but if I had to put a ring, like if I had to put a hat in the ring for either one of those two teams that I'd rather play, it'd be the Spurs in the sense that A, they don't know what it takes to win a championship. The Thunder do. And B, I think our bench would give them a problem because San Antonio has a good 7. Yeah. You put Wemby on the bench, statistically it's been proven. The teams are scoring when Wemby is on the bench. Yeah. And in these past couple of games, they've been exposing, the Thunder have been exposing what happens if you don't let Wemby get going. Mm-hmm. If he don't get going, Stephon Castle going to have at least 4 turnovers a game. At least. De'Aaron Fox can't stay really that healthy. Them ankles, those joints, and he's been playing. Yeah. We've been resting. Mm-hmm. There's certain factors that I'm even taking into consideration. Yo, if we're going to win it, this is going to be that year. I would rather play the Spurs. But if we play either of these two teams, we're absolutely going the distance. We are not rolling over, and I believe, if we play the Spurs, I believe we could beat them in 6.
I don't think you peeped. That was my would you rather.
It's cool. I would rather play the Spurs.
Nice.
If I had to pick, I would rather. Right. I would rather play the Spurs.
Real quick, did you think of another one?
I didn't. I was hoping that you did, son, because I don't have one. Son.
I got nothing crazy.
Would you rather be the Philadelphia 76ers or the Atlanta Hawks?
Would you rather be a dick or a vagina?
This guy.
I would rather. I don't want to get stuff.
We got like 3 minutes. Yeah. I wanted to ask you how you felt. This isn't a would you rather. Okay. You seen the Kevin Hart stand up, right?
Yes.
There's been a mixed bag of emotions going around about the stand-up. Excuse me, the roast. We won't call it a stand-up because, and I have a reason why I won't call it a stand-up. It was a roast. How do you feel about it overall in its collective?
So shout out to Carlos because we hit a little bit.
Carlos is the homie.
Yeah, so we hit a little bit on this when he was here. I thought for the most part the roast was hilarious. Mm-hmm. But we've fallen to a place to where comedians try to hide, especially with the political landscape in the country right now. And this is why I always tell people, stop saying, stop being political. Everything is fucking political. Mm-hmm. Life is politics. It literally it determines how we're able to fucking move and live. Mm-hmm. It's all political. So what comedians now are doing is they're hiding behind their comedy the shit that they actually feel and want to put out there. I could take a joke. Mm-hmm. I know you could take a joke.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I have no problem when a joke is a joke. My issue is when I watch how you move outside of your field and then you start joking about certain shit, it's not funny anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't fuck with what's his face? What's his name? Tony
Ratcliffe.
I don't fuck with him because I watch how he moves outside of comedy.
Correct.
So you can't tell me then you can make that George Floyd joke and only mean it as a joke to where I'm watching you side and move with actual fucking racists. Mm-hmm. He said he had his Kill Tony shit. He was talking the other day and he was like, "Oh, they keep calling me gay, racist, and bigot. But I'm none of those things." Yes, the fuck you are. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you say that you're not. Your actions
speak louder than words. Yes. For sure.
Like, so then his rebuttal was, I have all these gay and Jewish and black people who I'm putting on and elevating on.
Yep, for sure.
You effectively just said, I'm not racist because I have black friends. I don't know how many times I have to spell this out to people. You can be racist and still tolerate the race that you fucking hate. Understand, slave owners fucked their slaves.
But and they apparently hated them. They treated them like
they thought they were less than.
But you was still up here laying up.
Listen, and so going back to the roast, for the most of it, I had no issue with it. But I shout out to fucking Chesley Handler because I don't agree with all the shit that she does, But I'm happy that she had the balls as a woman to sit in front of all their faces and call them out on they shit.
And not for nothing, yo, they was dragging her.
Yeah.
Everybody that got up there made a Chelsea Handler joke. It made me. I was sitting there watching it with Bay, like, yo, is this the Chelsea Handler roast or the Kevin Hart roast? You know, like, what the fuck?
They knew it was gonna come from it because she was the only one that had the heart to sit in front of all their faces, like, yo, you guys some pussies. Kevin Hart was on Breakfast Club yesterday.
I saw that.
I can't fuck with what he said.
Yeah, bro. That's why I wanted to know your opinion on it. Because I got my opinion. I'm going to give it in a second, but I want to know.
Don't gaslight me, bro.
Yeah.
Don't fucking gaslight me. Because you can't sit up there and be like, oh, it's Tony Hinchcliffe. We know. Fuck that. As a black man, stand up. Yo, you know who I fuck with? I fuck with Cat Williams. I fuck with Patrice O'Neal.
Okay.
Patrice O'Neal did the fucking roast of Charlie Sheen before he passed away.
Yep, I remember that one. Yep.
When it was his time to go, he was like, yo, I'm mind boggled. These motherfuckers are racist. And he threw every joke that he written out the window because he's like, nah, I'm about to call y'all out on this shit. And then after the show, he was like, nah, like, y'all probably thought that shit was funny, but he was like, nah, who the fuck thought William Shatner would be fucking racist? He's like, Captain Kirk's a dickhead. So for fucking Kevin Hart to sit in on with Charlamagne the other day and be like, it's Tony Hinchcliffe, you know what you're gonna get from him. Have some fucking balls, bro.
Yo, the thing about it is for me, son, like, cause I don't want to take up too much of more of our time here.
My bad, Marv.
It's one of those things for me where I hated Kevin's response. Like, I'm not a fan of it in the sense that he said, oh, like you said, oh, but it's Tony. Y'all know how he is. Once I found, bro, I'm pretty sure you know this too, Netflix wrote these jokes. He greenlit these jokes and allowed these people to go up there and say something about these jokes.
But if you heard what Tony Hinchcliffe said on his show the other day, he didn't say the jokes that Netflix wrote. He literally said his teleprompter started
That
working.
makes it even worse. Because remember the one where they was I forgot who said it. Was it Cheryl or Taraji? One of them said like, "Oh, you the slave."
Underwood.
Yeah, and he turned around to everybody and was to the black people, excuse me, and was going like this.
That
when he
shows.
said the George Floyd joke, yo, bro, I have a really dark sense of humor. I laugh at a lot of shit that probably shouldn't be funny. The reason why I have found offense to that joke is a two-pronged attack. First, for my religious believers, he said looking up, meaning that he feels George Floyd is in hell looking up, laughing, saying that laughing so hard that he can't breathe. The whole premise of the joke, it's not that it's not dark funny. It's the fact that it's tasteless. It's the fact that you took a joke that's not funny and you said it anyway in the sense of like, bro, if I'm gonna say this joke, yes, it's going to ruffle some feathers, but it's also not funny. And then people say, oh, well, they brought up Pete's dad and they brought up Charlie Kirk. Yes, they brought these things up. A, they brought them up as a collective. And B, Pete made fun of his own father. So if we're going to nitpick at things, he made a joke about it as well. So for whatever reason, it is what it is. But for Kevin to sit there and clap his hands and laugh. And when George Floyd passed away because of those police officers, this dude was at the funeral. He was talking about, oh, I'm here for Floyd's family. All of this shit. For him to say that joke and you not say nothing, but Tom Brady got a roast. They make fun of Robert Kraft once. And he goes, yo, that's not funny. Don't make that joke. Yeah. That's not it. Bro, that's his old team's owner that he's standing up for, and you didn't even have the balls enough to be like, yo, bro, that was too far. And shout out to Cheryl Underwood. Shout out to Naeem because they had a really good set, and Naeem was before all the foolishness, but shout out to Cheryl Underwood for checking that shit when it happened, bro.
And that's why I'm not for the whole, oh, people are too sensitive. It's comedy.
This ain't that.
Everything's not funny. And
this ain't that.
And that was my point. People always try to use that excuse now because they feel like the world is too soft. No, I ain't that soft. Because if you think I'm that soft, if you think that it's okay for you to say some shit, it's okay for me to punch you in your fucking mouth.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, but it's just words. It's like, you know, the problem with the just words is there's deeper rooted reasons, and y'all just needed a platform to do the bullshit that y'all did. And don't get me started on the host neither.
Listen.
I watched a couple of his things. He got a joint on Netflix. The host, I forget his name, but he made the joke about, Kevin Hart's so little, we could hang him from a tree. I was talking to Bear about it. I'm like, yo, he could have. Yes, Kevin Hart is short. There are so many other short jokes that you could use with a tree other than lynching, is what he said.
And I'm not justifying Shane's joke, but I would rather that than what Tony said directly about George Floyd, because the hanging from a tree was a widespread generalization.
Nah, bro. He said lynching. No. He used the word lynching, bro.
He did. Hear me. I'm not justifying the joke. What I'm saying to you is, I would rather him say something and not focus on a singular attack to some shit that you know for a fact was done unjustly and was like some wild shit for you to say out of your mouth. But at the same time, I'm happy that you feel the way you feel, because this is my whole point in a nutshell when Carlos was sitting here. Because I was saying to y'all, it's not about people being soft. It's not about people not taking a joke. What's happening in the world is people are trying to mask their hatred behind their comedy. And I will never be for that shit. And that's why you've heard me say it to you before, and I'll say it to the masses. And I'll let everybody know, yes, we live in America. There's a such thing as freedom of speech. But even your freedom of speech does not come without consequence. Your employer can fire you over the things you can say. And I can punch you in your fucking face for certain things you say. Plain and simple. Marv, we appreciate you for letting us
go off for that little one, you know what I mean?
Garfield, like I said, it's been real.
It's been real. Bravery Studios, we traveling wherever Bravery go, we go, you know what I'm saying?
But shout out to all our guests who've been on our show here. Listen, it's big.
Y'all gonna have to come check out the new home. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to our brother Case. I'm wearing his merch. We'll make sure to plug that and tag it up.
That's it. Yeah,
shout out to the Knicks for making it to the finals.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, 27 years we back, baby.
This area about to be lit for the next month.
Yo, don't let us win. That shit turned into Gotham.
We got the World Cup. We got the Knicks in the finals, and there's a fucking golfing event on this area. We about to be turned.
We out here.
But listen, on that note,
no talent beats. Play us out, brother. Yo, son.
Shit about to be crazy, bro.
Yo, son.
I told you.